What up, y'all? Hold up. All right. Hold on real quick. I'm here to talk to y'all about GunboundM. So, reason why I'm talking to y'all about this game, I just found this out yesterday. First off, if you don't know about Gunbound, Gunbound is like a 2D like kind of strategy game. It's kind of like the game Worms, but you have avatars and shit, and you have like little mobile motherfuckers that you operate, and then you shoot shit up. You know what I mean? And they have like win factors. So say if this was like the 2D playing field, you'd have your motherfucker right here. He'd shoot some up, and they come down like that. And they'll like try and you gotta try and kill him. They have an HP bar shit. Anyway, Gunbound M came out probably this year, sometime this year. I don't know when, but came out. I downloaded that shit on my phone. It's fucking awesome. After playing it, I decided I'm just gonna make a video talking about the pros and cons of this versus the PC version. I'm gonna talk about the given elements that are that are just gonna be there with the mobile kind of game, and I'm gonna talk about the cons and then the pros. So yeah. Also, when I found out about this game, about how it's on mobile, I was like, oh my god, I hope it's not ass. It's completely not ass. It's basically the best thing you could fucking get with a fucking mobile game that was already that already had a full game. You know what I mean? It hardly cuts down on the gameplay. There's some elements that are that are made easier because it's a mobile game. So I'm gonna start off with those. It's kind of easier to aim, and you still gotta factor in wind and all that other shit, and tornadoes and stuff. So it's still hard, but unlike the PC version, it has your line of sight that you're gonna shoot at. So when you're pointing, it's gonna show you where it's gonna go, but it doesn't factor in the other shit like the wind and others and all other stuff. You know what I mean? Same music, so nostalgia factor is fucking awesome. As soon as you open that shit, it's just like how it was on the PC, bro. Awesome. Even the fucking the loop, same. It has that same little pause that you would have in those old ass games because they really wouldn't care about the fucking music like that unless it was a really 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 good game. You know what I mean? But it has a little pause in between the song where it loops over again. That's still there. Everything's still there. It's kind of funny. The time related events that are within a lot of mobile games, for this one it's pretty decent. You don't really have to wait to battle. As long as you are not losing a lot, then you're going to be able to battle all the time, basically. Because they basically have it set up like this. You get gold, you use that gold to battle. Also, you have another system to battle, but that's not real battling versus players, that's just battling versus AI. And I think that is free, so you don't have to use any of your gold to it really get kind of better. You can just battle the AIs if you want. But if you want to battle real people, that's going to cost the in-game money, which is gold. Shit, excuse me. Anyway, You get like 100 gold or something every 2 hours. For the easiest thing, I think it is 90 gold to do a PvP match. So every time you're trying to do a PvP match, you have to spend 90 gold. And if you don't have any gold, you just basically gotta wait 2 hours. They also have this thing that basically handles like the avatar system that they used to have, because the avatar thing in the PC, they kind of had it where it's like you could choose a lot of different elements. You could choose your hat, you could choose your fucking like little title card thing. You could choose a lot. And now for the avatars, you just gotta earn cards, and after you earn a certain amount of cards, you can like use that avatar and mount it to one of your mobiles that you would ride around in. And you'd also get the mobiles through the cards too. So basically, like, you need 5 cards for like most of mobiles or whatever, so you just have to be able to collect 5 cards. You can get the cards through the packs. You can get the packs by using gold, and you get the gold by obviously winning, you know, PvP or the AI battles. So that's all the stuff really related to some of the given elements that you're going to expect, because it's a mobile game. So I'm going to go to the cons. The con is that the translation is kind of ass. And I'm going to say kind of because it's really decent. It's like a B minus, because it has a lot of like grammar. Like, I can't even talk because I have a lot of fucking grammar mistakes in this video probably, but you know, it's not that bad, but theirs is pretty bad, and the translation is sometimes really bad for some sentences. Like, I should have wrote some down or something. Honestly, I might screenshot some shit and then just post a fucking link in the description, you know, because some of the translations are really like, oh, okay. But some of them are kind of funny because they put in like PLZ for please. I'm just like, nigga, y'all really did that. Oh yeah, the other thing to this too. Even though it's easier to aim, it's kind of harder to aim at the same time. Because if you could see, you know, where your thing is most likely gonna go, because it has that fucking marking thing now, niggas always spend a lot of their time trying to be as precise as possible, because it's kind of, it's not easy, but at the same time it kind of is, because all you really need is like time. You know, if you're battling the AI, you could probably hit perfect shots most of the time, because the AIs don't have any time restrictions. At least the easy one does it. But it's harder to aim. I found myself last night hurting my fingers trying to aim, like trying to just get that shit like by the millimeter, you know what I mean? Because if you're trying to do a high angle shot, every little notch will like make it go even further, you know, because how high it is. So when I try and do that, I'd be like stressing my finger out, because I'm trying to just like precisely just like go slightly left or slightly right, and I'm like just going over, and I'm going too far, and I'm going like, you know what I mean? By that time I'm already down to like 5 seconds left, and it's like, shit, I gotta take this shitty ass shot, and I do, and I just miss, or I end up just not being able to take the shot at all because I took too much time trying to aim. So I feel like the element of you being able to see where your shit might go now, like precisely, is kind of like a double-edged sword. I think that's like what that's called. I don't know if that's an analogy or what. I'm just talking. But anyway, it definitely, that just the aiming itself just has its pros and cons, because niggas can, you know, spend too much time trying to be super precise, or they can just really just try and guess, or have like a mobile that does more like of an area of effect. You know what I mean? The area of damage is like wider or bigger or whatever. So those are really the only two cons, to be honest. And the pros are this: for every mobile you have, you can level them up now. So basically, in every fight, no matter if you win or lose, you're just gonna get experience. And you level your shit up, and then when you level up, you get slots that you can put jewels in. And the jewels basically give you stats. They give you like more time. They give you more health. They give you more damage or whatever. So say if you had a mobile and you get a fresh one, it's at level 1. You level it up to like level 3 or whatever, and then it unlocks a slot. You look at the slot's gonna have a color. It's gonna be either green, blue, red, or some shit. So you have the slot, then you need to get the jewel, which you either get from getting a reward or some shit, or from some event, or trying to buy one in the store. And then once you get that one of that same color, then you can equip that jewel. And I think it stays on there, and then you gotta pay money to detach it if you need to. So you gotta be specific, and you gotta know which ones you're going to equip, because they're gonna stay on there basically for a long time. Also, the card system, which also goes in line with the mobiles, those basically have the ability to be better than other mobiles or mobiles. It's basically like this. It goes in ranks. So basically, you're gonna start off with C rank cards, and those are already gonna be just chilling there, and they're gonna have basically those are gonna be like the lowest stats for those mobiles that you're gonna be able to get. So basically, you can get stronger versions of the same mobiles by getting higher rank cards. So since those are C cards, then you can get B cards, and those B cards will be stronger than the C cards. So basically, all you would have to do is just buy packs until you get like 5 or however many you need to create the mobile, and you'd get those cards through the packs, and you just have to keep getting packs until you get 5 or however whatever the requirement is, and then you'll be able to use that mobile. And at the same time, it's not really play to win, because you can use like real life money to buy packs and stuff. But just because you have some high powered shit doesn't mean you're going to be winning all the time. There's still like the win factors, and there's still strategy to the game, and that's what I like about it. Like for now, like I haven't seen anything wrong with this game. It's low key like it's a good ass game for the fucking like a mobile device, dude. Like it makes me want to have an iPad or something, or like a tablet, because like I was saying earlier, like my fingers be getting like, they're like, I don't know, they were like hurting and shit, because I was trying to aim so precisely. I was like putting so much focus, and it was all because of my small screen. Like it's not that small, but it's not big. And on top of that, when like you could like zoom out and zoom in and shit, every time when they put it on your turn, they just zoom it back into like the default zoom, and it pisses me off, because I try and like keep it zoomed out, so then when it's just my turn, I can just boop, just do it. But when it zooms in, then it fucks me up, because I'm like, okay, I'm wasting like 2-3 seconds trying to like refigure like where should I place my finger, because I don't want to touch any of the buttons that are at the bottom. You know what I mean? On accident, little power ups and shit. So those are the kind of things that like low key fuck me up. That's another con, but that's kind of just me, because that's just how I aim. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say though about this game. I really like it so far though. I really like Gunbound when I was younger. And to see this on the phone is amazing. But that's all I really gotta talk about now. My nose running this shit. Peace.